to Movie Reviews with me, Cody Reed. This review is for Cinderella, the 2015 live-action version. It's directed by Kenneth Branagh, and it stars, Lily James as Cinderella, Richard Madden as the prince, and Cate Blanchett as the evil stepmother. Now, while I don't remember everything about the cartoon version from whenever it was, like the 50s, I don't remember all the small details and the songs that happened, but from what I do remember, this live-action version is pretty much the exact same as that. It's not like Maleficent, where they show the villain's side, or Snow White and the Huntsman, where it's a little darker. It's pretty much exactly the same as the cartoon version. Now, if you don't remember the main story of Cinderella, then you need to focus back on your childhood memories and aspirations and go back and probably just watch that, because I'm not going to explain everything. It does incorporate a lot of that cartoon version, like I mentioned, though. You get to see some of her background, you get to see her as her stepmother comes into her life, and following that in the hard times or the good times that she has, as well as her going to the ball, losing the slipper, happy ever after, etc. So instead of talking about the plot of Cinderella, since it pretty much copies that older version, I want to talk about just some of the things that are different from the movie. And by different, I mean the things that stand out. Mostly the performances and how the story goes. Lily James as Cinderella, I think, does a great job. You get to see her kind and brave character, which that comes up in the movie, kind and brave. You get to see her character as, like I mentioned, as she goes through the good times in her life and how happy she is interacting with the animals and the mice and just being kind and brave towards others, and some of the hard times. And the hard times come from Cate Blanchett as the evil stepmother. She's really menacing in the movie and just like really dark at times. You get to see why she's doing what she's doing, why she's so mean towards her. But pretty much I wanted the story to change and for Cinderella to like shoot her or something like that, or to send her to jail, because she was just so menacing as that character. She was probably one of the better performances, but I think Lily James did a great job as well. Richard Madden, actually, I liked him as the prince, so all the main characters did really well. And then the characters I really couldn't stand, or I thought did okay, were the step-sisters. They were just kind of cartoonish at times. Like, everyone else was pretty serious and took their role seriously, but I don't know if the director told them to do this, but they were just kind of goofy and silly, and while everyone else was being kind of normal. And so the stepsisters were okay, but also the fairy godmother, played by Helena Bonham Carter, she just had like these perfect teeth and was kind of like, let's do this for you, and it was just kind of cartoonish as well. Lily James as Cinderella really shows a lot of emotion too. I kind of mentioned that earlier, but she really portrays Cinderella in this just nice, sweet version. But then her and Richard Madden's, Prince Charming, I think they had really good chemistry together, which is pretty important in a Cinderella movie. The ball scenes were also fantastic. They looked very fairy tale-ish, which is a good thing. It just looked very grand and wow, it looked so beautiful. So yeah, if you're still on the fence, just think back to those old classic Disney movies, Cinderella, Snow White, Sleeping Beauty, just all those classic cartoon Disney movies. If you liked those, then you'll probably like Cinderella. I'll give it 3.5 out of 5 stars. Like I mentioned, I really liked some of the lead characters and actors. Some of the other ones, like the stepsisters and the fairy godmother, were okay, but it just didn't really do anything to diversify itself from the cartoon. But it still really did a good job. I kept my attention, the whole movie. So yeah, that's my thoughts. Like and comment on this video, but make sure to subscribe. And then lastly, if you do have some questions for me, send them to moviereedviews@gmail.com. Thanks so much for watching this movie review.
Well, hi, this is Sarah, S-A-R-A, with no H, because H's are ill. Cinderella was not ill at all. It was so pretty and beautiful. So I'll only give it 2 out of 10 ills. Ill.
And the hard times come from Cate Blanchett as the And the hard times come from